video, I'm out here for the first time with Sade, who's a 16-month-old lab, chocolate lab, and she's here for service dog training. And this is like day 1, hour 1. Okay, she was just dropped off to begin the service dog training process. Now you see here with her, you'll see her very shortly. Her big issue again is about relationship. She's holding a lot of stress, okay, so this whole stress, that type of reaction, kind of the fear-stress reaction, okay, it's still associated to control and relationship. So again, during these 2 weeks, okay, the big focus is on relationship change. So I've got her right here on the leash for the first time. I can tell, even coming through like the narrow, little more of a narrow area from the crate out to here into the open, coming through that area, very stressed, like this, you know, really kind of locking in. So here, what I'm doing here with her, okay, I'm just kind of warming up a little bit in terms of what I call the script, in terms of how I'm interacting with her, in terms of getting her in agreement, starting to take stress off of her. So this is like going to be, on this video, more kind of a de-stressing kind of interaction, okay? So de-stressing means that, you know, kind of moving forward in terms of the right parenting style and her finding comfort that way. So here, influence is part of the equation. So it's kind of like parental influence. And starting to line this up. So here, what you're going to see me doing, it's like I'm doing right now, I'm just kind of hanging out here with her, just in the moment. I'm not trying to, you know, put her into a sit position. I'm not trying to bring her under any sort of influence, too much influence right now, because again, she's very stressed. Okay, she's in a kind of new situation. You know, I'm taking over the role, and so how I kind of do this initially for the first couple of days is more kind of routine kind of focus. But here, even as I'm standing here with her, I'm still kind of nudging the leash just a little bit, starting to give her some comfort that way. But I want to be very kind of, you know, careful, you know, not to, I don't want to trigger, cause too much, you know, reaction from her, okay? Because again, she's highly reactive that way. So here I'm going to start to kind of move her into a sit position. So I'm going to push on her bum a little bit, do a little push-pull. You notice I have the choke chain, but again, it's about how you use certain tools. For her, again, it's just about, you know, gaining a little bit more leverage, okay, with her, a little bit more control. But even here, for example, it looks like it's tight, and it's really not. So all understanding is just about when a dog comes into agreement, you know, she gives a little, I give a little. Okay, it's just like knowing how to be dialed in the right way. So same thing here. She came up out of the nose. She came up out of the sit position, which is normal. I'm not in a panic. Okay, just to kind of, you know, suddenly push her right back into it, because this is all about my moment. It's how I'm built. But at the same time, I still have her under control, and she's within the staging area, okay, which is important. So, you know, I can kind of have a little hang time here as I'm kind of just starting to, okay, bring her under a level of influence. So here I'm going to reassert the sit. Notice I'm not saying the word sit. I'm saying it right there, okay, little push-pull, because it's about the language of the method, okay? It's about the intent as to how I'm fading in. Because if I use verbal language, it's about what you've already signed off on, okay? What her owner's already signed off on over the period of like many months. Okay, so this is about packaging. So here, you know, once I'm faded in a certain level, then the commands come online. So it's kind of a little different that way. So here, notice she turned her head a little bit. I'm just nudging a little bit. So I'll go for a little bit of inwardness here, starting to fade in. Notice this kind of offset inwardness. This is kind of like the, kind of giving me feedback, okay, that she's starting to come into agreement, okay? But notice I'm not petting her, okay, because if they do that, I'm sending her the wrong message, because she already has a level of control. She's stressed. And so comfort comes through leadership, okay, but the right way. So here, same thing, I'm going to tap her a little bit. Now I'm going to start moving with her a little bit in a moment, but just again, doing the basic kind of interaction, okay, the basic sequence with the sit, the little push-pull, you know, little nudges as needed. If, you know, she's starting to invest, you know, Milo is still, he's still here too. So he's just kind of calmly taking it easy. He goes back with his owner today for a couple weeks. So here, same thing. So she went back a little bit. I'm going to move her forward just a little bit. I'll put her back into a sit. I'm gonna do a little push-pull. So when you do that type of thing, when I'm putting her into a sit influence, you know, it's about, you know, what's reasonable, okay? It's more kind of guiding her in. It's not about, you know, because if you use too much physical force, too much influence, that's different, okay? You're getting into more conflict because this is about, you know, what's reasonable. Now I'm going to start moving here a little bit. Move her forward, I'm going to put her into another sit. And notice when I'm pushing on her bum, I'm just kind of locking in with my shoulders. I'm pushing until she kind of accepts it. Do a little push-pull, and then I'll move forward here in a second. Move forward here again. Repeat the sequence. Now here's the thing. When the dog starts going into the sit on their own, you still want to push a little bit, okay? So there's got to be a little bit of an awareness, okay, that you're in control that way. Move her forward here again. Put her back into the sit. Push-pull. Little tap. Doing really good. Forward again. Push pull. Little tap. She comes out of it. Again, I'm not in a panic. Okay. This is about my moments, but I still keep her within, right here, within kind of lined up, so that I can create another moment with her. So again, exerting some influence on her bum, a little push-pull, and then just taking my time. So here, this is about just taking my time, not going too fast, being more intentional, okay? Just kind of getting her comfortable. You know, this is all about relationship here with what I'm doing. Because understand that it makes sense to her because I'm doing the same thing every time. Okay, it's not erratic. Okay, it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But you know, you want a dog right here because again, in terms of relationship, this lines it up. Okay, same thing. Move forward with her. You got to go. So I just kind of assert a little influence in terms of the leash. Same thing. Notice she's kind of locking in a little bit. And notice how I'm just going to lean in with my shoulder. I'm using my body weight. Okay, and it's like the tug of war team that collapses. The concept here, and that's the concept of agreeableness in terms of these interactions. You know, as I'm pushing here, not hard, just steady, see that? And then she comes into agreement, little push-pull. A little push-pull is kind of like a little I-know moment. And then I focus back here with a little nudge. Now, notice kind of the offset angle here, okay? This is the whole point, is, again, this is like a de-stressing exercise. Understand this whole thing here is starting to take stress off of her already, because this gives her comfort, gives her security, all right, gives her confidence, okay? She popped up, because how her mind's recently reacting to this, but notice the same thing here. I'm not trying to just jam her down, okay? I'm going to assert again, guide her in a little bit, little push-pull. No petting, even though I'm having agreeableness, I'm having some really good moments. Don't pet, because that changes the whole theme of what we're doing here. Same thing, Milo's over there. You hear a little bit of whining, that's from Milo over there. Knowing I'm out here with her, right? He's showing a little bit of interest here, but he's, you know, that's what happens when you have two dogs sometimes. You have that, but again, same thing with him. I just worked him too out here on the picking up objects exercise. So she's doing really good. Again, this is just about, like I said, it's me taking my time, kind of warming up the method here a little bit. Move forward, she's got to move. Bring her right back into, right beside the staging area, right here, right beside me. Line this up. Notice again, there's locking in here, right? Push, pull. Now, if I'm moving with the dog and I want to turn a little bit, you want to turn with the dog on the inside. So here, she's on my left side. I'm going to move to my left here and see, notice I kind of guide a little bit that way. Bring her back beside me. A little push-pull. And really good. Move again. Push-pull. And here I'm going to put a down on her, some down pressure here. Now, when you do a down with a dog, you want to do the push-pull first, okay? You want to complete that interaction first. That helps drop a couple dominoes in the dog's mind already. Notice how I'm just kind of, see that? And then she's into a down. She's down there, tap a little bit. This helps de-stress her even more. So the down position, it's not just about a position that way, it's about the interaction, it's about relationship. And so this helps to take a stress, even more stress off a dog that's holding that level of control. So, you know, add a down onto that. Sometimes they're random, sometimes I'll, you know, do more. But again, it's knowing when to advance the method, okay? So here, you kind of see me kind of warming up. This is, like I said, hour 1, okay? She just arrived. Then I could tell, even like getting her inside the crate, you know, she was very apprehensive, very stressed, you know, just her mind kind of locking in. And just through how I was doing it, through the method, how I was interacting with her, just kind of, you know, nudging her in, but in a way that she's in agreement with. So when you're doing that, you don't want to overload the dog, okay? You don't put undue influence onto a dog, okay? It's all about technique. And so, because the whole point is about this making sense to her, okay? This is about, like, me being a parent, right, and coming into a different parenting style. I'm giving her comfort, but it's about the type of interactions, what they represent. So she's doing absolutely that's great. Had a great, you know, interaction with her. So the next couple days, you're going to see me doing videos and just kind of more routine focused. Going to the bathroom, I'm going to be doing a lot of kind of this, and then start to kind of branch off from there, just like I did with Milo. You know, outside, more distractions, other dogs. I have a dog coming tomorrow. Scrappy's going to be here, playing the role of a helper, and so I'm going to be working her around another dog a little bit. Okay, just starting to kind of introduce that somewhat. Because again, as a service dog, other dogs come out wherever she's at. You know, she's got to be, you know, stable. She's got to be focused on her owner. And so again, it's all about your starting point. So from here to bring her back up, again, just enough influence to communicate with her that I want her to sit. Okay, right here. See, it's just enough, right? She gets it, comes up, put her back into the sit, push, pull, and then I'm going to put her back in her crate, give her a little bit of downtime here for a few minutes just to get kind of acclimatized, but she's doing really good. So beautiful dog. In terms of what she's going to be doing for her owner, her owner needs her to help lift her off the floor at times if she falls. Her owner needs help in terms of just relationship, okay? Her owner is struggling with some, you know, issues related to PTSD, but in terms of task-specific training, okay, she's also going to help pick up objects as well. So her owner needs her to perform various tasks, just very similar to Milo's training as well. So, but again, I can tell she's going to do absolutely fantastic. The first phase of this is about, you know, fixing the relationship first, getting the stress off of her, starting to get her to respond the right way. And again, this is all about starting to de-stress her, okay? Because it's about how everything makes sense as we move forward. So, thanks for watching.